Good morning, everybody. Welcome to the Sunday Summary. I am your host, Kyle. With me, as always, is Steve. A lot to get into today, guys. Mo Salah continues to make history again, week after week. He's right in that 5th, 6th, 7th range all time in the Premier League. He just passed Frank Lampard for most Premier League goals all time. Liverpool almost perfect in the Champions League, quote unquote, group stages this year after a loss midweek. And we have to talk about how people thought Bournemouth actually stood a chance. But Steve, how you doing this morning?
Couldn't be better. Big win yesterday.
Yeah,
Big win yesterday. We'll get into all that. But yeah, excited to be here for another Sunday summary.
I'm excited to have you here for another Sunday Summary. Dude, so let's just jump right into the Bournemouth thing. Okay, so the league has been crazy recently with Nottingham Forest losing 5-0 to Bournemouth, and then Nottingham Forest coming back and beating Brighton 7-0, right? I think. And then,
Yeah.
I think that's how it went. And people thinking that Bournemouth on an 11-game unbeaten run, which in their history is the longest unbeaten run in the top flight, the stage was set for a good matchup, right? But in reality, was there ever going to be a scenario where Liverpool went in there and dropped points or even lost? Because the last time I think we lost to Bournemouth was in 2016 at their ground.
Well, there was. Look, you have to respect every opponent. Every match in the league is tough. They were definitely in great form. I would say that they still are. I mean, they hit the bar, I think, twice, maybe
They,
3 times
they
yesterday.
did. They missed that sitter, bro.
Exactly.
Yeah.
They had a chance to score. And they also put one in the net, which was offside by a hair.
Yeah.
So I I think they played well against us. Um 2-0 victory feels really good, especially away from home, right? Like we're so good away from home lately. But I will give them credit where credit is due. They played pretty darn well.
Fair enough. And I think I agree with that. I do. I think you look at the score line, probably doesn't do it justice because you're right. They had an offside goal. They had tons of chances that they missed. And really, I think it comes down to this team just being too good, right? I mean, Tim Howard, I think I saw a clip of Tim Howard say this. I think it was Tim Howard. Mo Salah would get all the headlines, but this team is the real, like, headline. The fact that we have such a good unit, such a good system. And even though we have individual talent, everyone is still a system player, right? You look at like players like Jack Grealish, for example, right? Individually at Aston Villa, great player. Comes into City, he's a system guy. He doesn't really stand out anymore. We have a system that works, and we still have players like Gravenberch, Salah standing out, just like phenomenal performances. So in Mo Salah with the 2 goals yesterday, continues to just be consistently great in front of goal and passes Frank Lampard all time, bro. That's huge.
Yeah, I mean, I always am impressed when I hear that Frank Lampard's even there. If you think about that for a
I
midfielder,
agree. I
it's
agree with
wild.
you. I agree with you. Yep.
Um, I mean, he played forever, but still, you have no business being up there with the other names around you, right?
It is. It's kind of crazy. Yeah.
More goals than Henri. It's crazy.
That is something that is pretty crazy to think about. But how long was Henri in the Premier League? That's something you have to look at too.
Um, I want to say like 8 or 9 years.
Okay, that's still a pretty long time. So
Maybe 7. He was in there for a while. And then he came back and had like a short cameo with Arsenal towards the end of his career. And then in between, he was at Barca and New York Red Bulls. He bounced around a little bit.
he did bounce around a
But
little.
the fact that Lampard is even in the top there is wild. So, look, Mohamed Salah, he's already got 25 goals and 15 assists.
It's remarkable. He's on pace for his best season ever.
Really?
Goals and assist wise. Yep.
Goals, yeah, goal contributions. You're right,
Yep.
because he didn't have a ton of assists that first year.
Yeah, I
Probably
can't
had like
remember
10.
exactly how many he had. Okay, I'll take your word on it for 10, but yeah, like altogether, he might be. I mean, he's on pace to just blow by it, which is crazy, absolutely crazy to think about.
Yeah, like 7 years later, he's still doing it.
1 year wonder, 7 year wonder. You know what I
Yeah,
mean?
he's a 1 year. He's a one season wonder.
Yeah, that's what I
But
meant.
look,
1 season wonder.
here's the deal. Another big win away from home against a team that's in really good form. A clean sheet, which I think is the most important part.
Agreed.
Uh, Ross was saying that Allison was his man of the match.
It's hard to say, man. At this
I've
point,
lost confidence in Allison. I mean, yesterday he was solid, but I've lost confidence in him. I feel
why?
like he's off. I
Well,
feel like
well,
he's lost a step.
please be detailed. Let's go.
Well, first of all, he let one in yesterday.
Okay.
Um, like we said, that he hit the post a couple. They hit the post a couple times. I think Kelleher, when he's played recently, he hasn't been as good either. So maybe it's our defense that's kind of exposing them a little bit because I don't think we've been excellent defensively lately. As of late, thank goodness we're still winning, but there's just something about when I'm watching Allison, he just seems a little off. There were times where you couldn't put the ball past him. But
Sure.
now when we go into matches, I never predict clean sheets anymore.
Of all the seasons, bro, this is the one season I have felt more confident in defense than ever before. I mean, just the system we play, where it's such less risk for letting in goals, then, dude, we are
I
statistically and actually.
I don't know about the statistics of that though. I would like to see that
All right, let me.
because although we do play a bit more, I guess you could say defensively, we don't play as high of a line. I feel like there are opportunities for these teams to score 5, 6, 7 times a game.
Well,
Let us know what you guys think in the chat. Actually,
to
am I
be
way
fair,
off? Because I feel like it's sketchy.
to be honest with you, we didn't start off the game too hot with Trent giving the ball away. Trent had a stinker yesterday. Is that fair to say?
He was abysmal yesterday.
He was really
His
bad.
1v1 defending was just abysmal.
And he's never been a good clearer of the ball. I mean, there are times where there's no one on him, dude. There's no pressure, and he can chest the ball down, take a touch, look for an outlet ball, or just clear it, or even head it back to Allison, and he'll just like head it straight up in the air, and it comes down in the box, and I'm like, dude, it's like panic defending.
I'm looking through the
Yeah, so am I now.
Dude, we only let up 26 goals in the whole season, 21-22.
Yeah, that's 21-22.
We've already let up 21.
Okay, you're looking at our best season, right? So
I'm looking at seasons. I'm looking at times where I felt like Allison was invincible.
But Allison has played for us for 6 or 7 years now, okay? So you have to look at no,
22
8.
goals in 18-19 we conceded. We've already conceded 21. So
All right,
we're
that was
not better
that
defensively
that
than
was
we
the
have been.
that you're comparing you're not comparing accurately, okay? Because that was the best season Van Dijk has ever had. And defensive that was the best season we had
Well,
as a
you
team,
just said you feel like we are better defensively than we have been. That's not
right?
true.
So, okay,
We're
look
not
at
even close.
not 21, what you said 21-22, right?
And 18-19.
Okay, so 2 years out of the last 7. Tell me in 22-23 and 23-24, how many goals we let in?
47
Exactly.
and 41.
Exactly. That's my point. So recently, we were abysmal defensively. We had
Well,
one
your
or
point was ever.
no, I didn't say ever.
Now you're
I said
changing it.
no, I never chat. Did I say ever? No. I said we are better defensively than we've been recently.
Hmm.
Tell me, chat. Who said it?
I don't know. I just don't know. But either way, we look vulnerable, and I don't think anybody would argue that. Bournemouth could have scored 4 goals yesterday.
but they didn't.
They literally could have scored 4.
I know, but they didn't. And that's
Yeah,
the difference.
well,
No. But that's the difference between like great teams and good teams, right? We talk about this all the time, and you see it, right? Great teams find a way to win regardless of how they play. And I thought yesterday was okay, but Bournemouth, being a good team, got chances, right? And if you have a lapse, if you're Trent and you have a lapse or a couple lapses, they capitalize. They also blew a bunch of chances too. So you're right. They could have let in 4. But how many chances did we have? You know what I mean?
Derek says, "Wow, you think we were fighting relegation?" No, you're absolutely right. We're dude, we're so good this year that we have to find something to nitpick. And for me, I just feel like the goalkeeping has not been great.
Okay.
If I had to pick out one thing, it would be that our goalkeeping has not been great.
Okay.
And there are times where we rely so heavily on Mo Salah that I just hope other players can continue to score for the rest of the year. Because you can't just rely on one guy.
And that's absolutely a fair point. I think this sums up how I'm feeling about this current debate here is that under Slot, I think his style just makes me feel so much more confident. And I've said this since the preseason when I'm watching our defensive strategies. We don't have as many guys all the way up the pitch, dude. We always seem to have people back. And that just makes me feel a little bit better, right? I like having men behind the ball. I don't want to chase on the counterattack. You know what I mean? That's stressful. And to your point about relying on Mo Salah, when we played that way, it seems like we're relying on Van Dijk or Konate or Matip, whoever was back to win a 2v1 or a 1v1. And that's stressful, right? I mean, that's a stressful way to play. High risk, high reward. So I like this style. I like this system so much better. And maybe that's why I feel more confident or feel like we're better defensively. Even if the statistics don't necessarily point to that. Although we did just goals allowed or goals against.
Well, when I think about the goalkeeping as an example, and I just keep drilling into this because if I have to nitpick something, it's going to be that. There were times where we would say Alisson's the best shot stopper in the world.
100%.
Right? That's come out of our mouth 100 times. When was the last time you said that?
Well, he's been injured for like a year and a half.
Well, he's always injured.
He's always injured. So
earlier this year, I would have chosen Kelleher over him.
Well, I'm not going to use this season because honestly, I haven't had that thought this season because I really don't think he's played that much, dude. I think Kelleher might have just as many appearances as Alisson.
That I don't know.
But last year, every season, I've said Alisson, he's so incredible. He's had great. See, he's great. I can't bring myself to drill into the keeper like you can. And I'm not saying you're wrong. I'm just saying I don't know if that's necessarily the area I'd nitpick.
Well, he had 4 saves yesterday, which is
he had a great save. In I think it was the second half. He had a great save. He had to come off his line quickly. They got in behind. I can't remember who took the shot, but a sliding save. I mean, he's great at closing down angles, man. He's great at recognizing danger. He's great at collecting balls in the air. I mean, Alisson doesn't. I've never had a situation where Alisson's going into a crowd of people, and I'm like, he's not going to come away with that ball. Like he's a strong.
I actually feel differently. I feel like he just punches it. Yeah, I feel like he just punches it. That one-handed punch.
So there are times. Okay, there are agreed, right? So if say they're crowding his box or crowding him on the line, yes, right. But if he has to come for a ball, say it's a free kick, not a corner, right? Line's coming in, players are collapsing on him. He comes and gets the ball. There was a cross yesterday in the second half where he was drifting. He was actually drifting backwards, but he read it perfectly and caught it. I don't even know if it was Semenyo, but I do think he has a great sense of where to be. He's also just a big guy. Like he covers a lot of space. And he's not frail. Like some keepers are like tall and lengthy. Like they're not going to go into a crowd of people and always win. I think he can take the contact personally. I don't know. It's very interesting that we see this differently.
Yeah, no, it is. But again, it's a good problem to have that we're talking about this. I think, speaking of Semenyo,
He's incredible.
he's
I said
quite the
it.
player.
I've
And this
I
is the summer I think he goes somewhere else.
I agree. And ever since I think it was last season, because I think he's only been there. Is this his second season there?
This is his third, but I think he came
Okay,
in January from Bristol City
got it.
in 22-23.
First time I saw him play, and this is crazy because I remember like when you look at these lower, like Burnley had a couple players like this, um, where you watch them play and you're kind of like, okay, they kind of found a gem with this guy. Semenyo was one of those players, and he just keeps developing, man. He's doing really, really well, and he's dangerous. The commentator said it yesterday, where every time he gets the ball, there's just kind of this like ooh ah in the stadium. And you're right. I think he goes somewhere this summer. I don't know if it's going to be to like a top club or if he makes kind of a move to sit on the bench. But um, it'll be interesting to see where he ends up. I mean, shoot, the
I
way
could see him going somewhere else abroad.
you think, yeah.
I could. Yeah. I mean, maybe I was going to say like a Newcastle caliber club, but they
Hmm.
have Anthony Gordon on the wing there. I don't think Anthony Gordon will stay there. Um,
I bet Anthony Gordon goes to United because Rashford just left on loan. There's a lot of drama over there right now, which is mind blowing, by the way, that Marcus Rashford's at Aston Villa now. Um, I think he ends up at Man United. Dumb move. I don't know why he'd do it, but I just have a feeling.
yeah. I mean, things have to turn around eventually for United.
Yeah,
Maybe not to the point where they're challenging for titles, but like they're just so bad.
there's got to be a
They're so
regression to
bad.
the mean. There has to be because or a change in culture, change in ownership. I don't know. Maybe dude, maybe they sell the team, right? Because they've tried changing managers. That doesn't work. They've tried bringing in top players. That hasn't worked. Or quote unquote top players. If the owners sell the team, maybe you get the Redskins effect or the Commanders effect where you're ass. And then as soon as the team gets sold, you find yourself in the NFC championship game. It's like,
Quite possible.
it's remarkable. So it's crazy to think about.
Ross
Supreme,
says, "Do we see surprise incoming before the
no,
transfer window closes?
I thought it was
When is
closed.
it? When does it close?
I thought it closed January 31st. Oh my God, dude. No one's coming in,
No, I
man.
don't know.
Dude, no one's coming in.
I don't think so.
This team is too solid. It's too solid. And there's no more evidence of that than Chiesa just being left out of the lineup yesterday.
Yeah, seriously.
Just you can play 90 minutes against is it Atalanta?
PSV.
PSV, Jesus Christ. Um why did I say Atalanta? PSV. And then don't even come to the game today. Don't worry about it. Stay home, Chiesa. You're good.
Kazir says it closes tomorrow.
But then Yo Cool says it's closed. The hell's going on? Guys, it's February 2nd. And England's ahead of us. How's it still open? Did they extend it?
Let's see.
While Steve's looking that up, we didn't even do this. Shout out to everyone in the chat. Hannah, Ross, Oyvind, Dustin. Rob Scott. What's up, man? Lyle's in here. Kazir. Good morning, Alex.
6 p.m. Eastern, Monday, February 3rd.
What? What the hell is going on? Liz, what's up? Has it always been like that?
I actually have no idea.
Dude, what? I don't know. Things are changing. I don't think it's been like that ever, but I could be wrong. So, but to answer your question, no. I don't think there might be some loanees or, but we're not no incomings. January window open in February. That's what I'm saying. A little odd. But regardless, I think we play Barcelona, don't we? In the Champions League. Or was that I saw a graph or a graphic, I should say, where they set up the bracket, but I don't remember seeing any news about a draw, but maybe we did draw Barcelona. Dude, I don't. Let me see. Yeah, no, it was drawn. I think we played Barcelona, bro.
I don't even know why I'm not seeing that anywhere.
Oh, no, never mind. I'm not. I'm lying. Round of 16, leg 1 of 2. Then it's all TBD. So I hate that they do this, dude. I can't trust social media anymore. I saw a graphic saying that the round of 16 is set or something. And I was like, what? I thought we played 10 group stage games. And so now it's just messing me all up. Oh, the playoff. Is it the playoff? What the hell is going on?
All I know is we have Tottenham in that second leg.
Oh, yeah.
On Thursday, and that's a big one.
Liverpool, Barcelona. Is there a knockout stage? Dude, someone please explain this to me. I thought I understood it, and I don't. I'm looking at the bracket right now. So we got a 1 seed. Barcelona got a 2 seed. And I think we play the winner. Dude, I'm looking at this bracket, and I am so confused right now. Someone explain it to me, guys.
Ross said we wait for the playoffs and then
Liverpool
play one of the two winners. Ross knows everything.
Ross, no, I appreciate it, dude, because Liverpool are in both sides of the bracket, Steve. They show the bracket. We're on both sides of it. So that's what's confusing me. But anyways. No, I don't watch the I don't. I can't. I'm working during the week, guys. I watch it after the
So
fact.
we're in the playoff stages is next, but we're through. So
okay.
I don't know what I don't know. This new format's got me all confused. I don't care. Just let me know who we're playing and when.
Once we learn it, we'll be good. But it just, I like the new format. I needed someone to explain it to me. So yeah, it's Brest and someone else I saw. Yeah, Hannah. So Hannah, that's what I thought there were, like we get a bye or something. I think that's kind of how it works.
Yes. Manchester City and Madrid.
Okay, here we go. This is what I'm talking about. This is what I need. We're through to the last 16 because we finished in the top 8. So we basically get a bye. Teams that finish 9th through 24th play a knockout game against each other. So PSG versus Brest, Monaco versus Benfica. That'll be a hell of a game. We'll play one of the winners. Okay. So we're probably playing PSG. If I had to guess.
Shouldn't be a problem.
No, shouldn't. It really shouldn't be a problem. Not with how PSG are doing. But what if Brest end up winning? That would be kind of crazy. Man City versus Madrid, yeah. So okay,
well that's good. That means one of them isn't coming through.
That's right? Thank God, right? But man,
also Man City Arsenal today.
That's huge. I have them drawing.
I actually think I might bet on City to not lose, like draw or win. I think you can place a bet like that. To draw or win. Oh yeah, you definitely can. I bet on there to be a draw. Hannah says, I'd rather face City than Madrid. I think I agree with that. I think I'd rather play City as well. No. Not me. Mm-mm.
With the way
City's been playing? Actually, yeah. Actually, yeah. I would rather play City. I just hate those matches, man. They're just so stressful for me.
Well, I agree. But I feel like City. Madrid is the same way. Madrid's stressful as hell, but we just taken our recent results against Madrid, excluding the league or the group stage games this year. I'm definitely taking Man City all day, every day.
I want to see if I can bet on this.
Can you bet? I bet you can. No pun intended.
I bet you can.
I bet you can.
Arsenal, Man City. We need City. I'm pulling for City.
What's the league table right now? I'm pulling it up. It's been a while. It's nice when you don't have to constantly look at the table.
I know.
Dude, this is incredible. We are 9 points clear of Arsenal. Absolutely amazing. Yeah, this is a big game today. So you're right. If anyone wins, I want it to be City. I'm just excited for the drama after the fact, Steve. I'm excited to see, because there's all that stay humble crap. Arsenal and City right now hate each other more than City and Liverpool do.
Good. Let them kill each other.
No, seriously, that would be great. I can't get over Nottingham Forest, dude. Nottingham Forest. 14 wins in 24 games. How? It's just crazy. You said last week they're going to fall off, and they likely, my money's on they will, but Forest. God, but they have 47.
They just got scraped.
Yeah, but then they just waxed. No, they waxed Brighton.
Yeah.
But they got scraped by Bournemouth, so it's kind of.
I mean, City is 6 points back from them with a game in hand. They still have to play them again. Forest could finish fourth.
They could. It's a weird table, bro. The table is weird this year.
I know. The problem with Forest is, this can't continue for years to come because players don't want to go there, regardless of how they play this year or where they finish. You're still not going to get world-class signings.
But
and every other team from the Big Six is. So they're going to continue to improve. And I think Forest, because they're not a huge club, and I don't even think they can afford world-class signings, they will have their players that are shining go to bigger clubs, and they won't be able to backfill them with world-class signings. So you're then reliant on progressing players to become very good like they have so far, but that's hard to do consistently. To be like a Borussia Dortmund, a Brighton, teams that develop at a very high rate year after year for decades. That's the hardest thing to do, is to find those players that you can develop and then sell for big money. I don't know if Nottingham Forest really has any of those $100 million players, but they got some guys that could sell for 50 right now. They got some guys that they could sell for a big chunk.
I like your point because that's exactly what I was thinking. You have
Whereas Dortmund, Brighton, those guys go for 100.
Well, I mean, definitely Dortmund, but so the thing with
Brighton had Caicedo.
Oh, okay. I forgot about Caicedo.
Cheap, but he is worth buku bucks. Matoma just had a bid for 90 million from Saudi. They rejected it.
Wow, 90.
It's wild. It's wild. You think about where some of their players have gone to. Their keeper, isn't their keeper? Who is their keeper? Sanchez?
No. Oh yeah, Sanchez. Yeah, he went to Chelsea.
They go to big clubs, man. They go to big clubs. Those Brighton players.
So that model is kind of, if you're gonna manage a club like that, like Nottingham Forest has 2 Champions Leagues. Let's not forget that, right? Or European Cups. Okay, so you want to talk about a team that does have history. It's not just a fluke. Okay, you can make that argument for Nottingham Forest. Okay, now with that said, they haven't been good in a long time. So now you're looking at a team that has found a way to make it work with the players they have. They're not going, like you said, have world-class players. But can you sustain that model of developing players, selling them on, and then finding a similar player to fill that role and then just keep doing that. Because you're right, no one's going to stay, right? When you have a successful team or a successful player who has a, huge year, they're going to move on. And I think that's the struggle with these mid-table teams where they have a good season. Like Leicester is a great example, okay? They sold all their players. They were good. They were good for about 5 years after that. And then they just started to struggle. It wasn't sustainable. It's very difficult when you don't have the brand recognition or the pedigree that the top 6 sides have to sustain success. And even if you do, like look at Tottenham. Tottenham's battling relegation now. It's
Dude,
crazy
it's
difficult.
like I said, it's the hardest thing to do is to do that consistently, to become almost like a farm team
Yep.
where you develop, regardless of who your manager is, you continue to develop players that go for big money and turn into stars. Forest isn't doing that. They're not going to do that. They'll
They're
start to struggle next year. Nuno will get fired. They'll bring somebody else in, mid-table side. Next year they'll fight relegation. It's so easy to predict what's going to happen because they just don't have that pedigree in the market. Who wants to go play at Nottingham Forest? I know they have history and they've won big trophies in the past, but that was a long time ago.
Yeah, it was.
I mean, Kyle, since we've been supporting, how often have they even been in the Premier League?
Twice, maybe?
Maybe 4 times.
It's hard, dude. These teams that come up and go down, it's hard to it's
Here
hard
you
to
go.
have
This
any.
is what I was looking for right here. Sanchez, Basuma,
Wow.
Casado,
Yeah.
Cucurella, McAllister, Baleba, and then Matoma will be in there, 100%.
Wow. You're right.
Matoma, he won't go for 90 million like Saudi bid for, but he'll go for 50, 60.
But I'll
He's
tell you
good.
what, that's going to inflate his value, knowing that there was a bid out there for 90. Excuse me. Shout out to Liz. Thank you for the membership. Liz has got on a hot streak right now with the memberships. Like pretty much won a show for the last 3 months. It seems like. Thank you, Liz. Appreciate it. Yeah, Hannah or Liz says Spurs are remarkably bad. What happened? What happened, dude?
They are really bad. Oh, Leandro Trossard, not a big money signing,
Trossard.
but a
Yeah.
big move.
There have been a lot of players.
Ben White, 50 million
Holy
to Arsenal.
crap! You're just blowing my mind now.
Cucurella and Casado. Yeah.
Wow.
Maupay. Nothing
Mape,
really
yeah.
special, but like Dan Burn was
Holy
there.
crap, dude. You're right.
Yeah.
There have been a lot of
The one I
players.
forgot about was Ben White.
I forgot about Basuma, Ben White, all that. Yeah, it is Everton next in the league. Ben Scheidt and Trossard, terrible signings.
Yo Cool hates Arsenal, clearly.
Yeah, well, most of us do. What I will say, though, is Ben White and Trossard have their days. They have their
They were
days.
both remarkable last year, I think.
Yeah, and I agree. I've always thought Ben White was a great player. And Trossard, when he was at Brighton, I was like, this guy's underrated. I think someone's going to pick him up. A big team's going to pick him up, and Arsenal did. And, they don't utilize him the same way, obviously, with the talent they have. But I still think those guys are great depth pieces. And Ben White is arguably their starter, isn't he?
When he's fit.
Yeah.
He started at right back for him last year, and he was so good. He was the best right back in the league last year.
Yeah. Arsenal have the worst fans. I saw a thing today on Twitter or X saying Arsenal fans are always explaining something.
It's so true, dude.
Oh, Stella,
I
what's
would
going on, man?
look, I'll never pull for City, but I want City to win today. I want them to thrash Arsenal like 4-0. Because if that happens, Kyle, let me look at the table again.
I mean, they have 44 points. So they're still in fourth. City would still be in fourth.
City would have 44
4
points. We'd have a game in hand and we'd still be 12 points up. Not worried about them. However, we'd have a game in hand on Arsenal and be 9 points up. That means we beat Everton, we're up 12 points. Now you start thinking about
Yeah.
this is happening. I mean, we're already kind of thinking that a little bit, but it's still a little too close for comfort, as I think you would all agree. It's a little too close for comfort.
Put me
I
20
want a
points up.
double-digit lead at the top.
Yeah.
That's what I've always been. Well, that's what I've been thinking for the last couple months. I want a double-digit lead, level on games, a double-digit lead. That's what I want to see. If we were able to get a double-digit lead with a game in hand, even better. But I'm cool with a double-digit lead, a 12-point lead, level on matches. I would then say the league is ours because it would take a catastrophic drop off.
Well, that's the thing, though. So we've seen it in the past. It's very easy to lose multiple games in a row. So you need to pad that lead. Always, always in your mind, look, have the lead, pad it, get insurance points, everything you need. And that's why I want to draw today. Okay. I know it doesn't really make sense because it would make more sense if City win for my padding the lead uh theory. But I don't want to see either of them win because I don't want to see either of them get momentum. I want them to draw and just be like, oh, another draw. And then we have Everton coming up, which it's another draw. I mean, I'll be honest. I just feel like we're going to draw that game.
No,
No, I
no.
thought we were. I thought we were going to smoke United.
They are very similar when you think about like the matchup and
Yeah,
the types of games they are. This game against Everton is at Goodison Park, the last one there. They'll be up for it,
they'll 100% be up for it.
but it's a different team we have now, man. It's a totally different style.
Yeah, I know. I
We
know.
should win that, man. Their goal differential is -5. They've won 3 on the bounce.
Well,
I'll
that's
give
what I'm
them that.
saying. That's what I'm
They
saying.
just scraped Leicester, which isn't necessarily hard to do, but I don't
Poor
know.
Leicester, man. Leicester's one of those teams. I just want them to do well. I kind of feel like that about Aston Villa too. For some reason, I have these weird, like, I want to see them do well feelings
You
about
know
them.
what? You know what I think with this Everton matchup? Our team is so different now than it was at the beginning of the Klopp era and on our road back to glory. When you still had the Milners, you still had the Matips, the Hendos, Firmino, Mane, those guys that played Everton a ton. And it's almost like they were so they were Liverpool players for a while and they were almost conditioned that that fixture was going to be um physical and tough no matter how much better you are than them. I feel like we have players in our lineup now that don't have that affinity to Liverpool because they haven't been here long enough where they're not going into that match thinking, all right, let's just see if we can scrape by here. Like Diaz, McAllister, Soboslai, even Nunez to some extent. Those guys don't feel the rivalry as much as the Hendos and the Milners and the Fabinhos did. So I feel like now is and a new manager, by the way. Now would be the time where we don't struggle against Everton, if that makes sense, because the
Absolutely.
mindset's different.
Yep. I think that point you made is good. What I will say though is that there's no way these guys are that stupid, right? They're not, or let's not say stupid. Let's say naive, right? They're not blissfully naive to go into this game and think, oh, I don't have an attachment to it. I'm going to go out and play the same. They know. They know.
They
And if
know, but like,
anyone, if anyone is going to go in and like just put a boot on someone's face, it's Darwin. Like, I put money on Darwin to come in the 88th minute and just drop kick someone on Everton. Like, that's the kind of player Darwin is, dude.
dude, I just think like McAllister, Darwin, Gravenberch, Diaz, they don't have that like long rooted rivalry of experience in in their veins.
Hmm.
And also, like, these South American guys, they're just ballers. They just want to play. They're like
Right.
savages. They don't care who they're playing against. Like, I don't think Diaz cares about this rivalry.
No, that
It's a
yeah.
game to him, and he just wants to play. He just wants to get out there and ball out. And things are different now in our midfield too. Like, we're controlling games more. So that's just how I'm looking at it. Trent will be out, right? He's
Yeah,
hurt.
Trent's
So
out.
we'll see Bradley, maybe, or Gomez.
Oh yeah, good point. I would like to see Gomez again. That would be nice.
I
But
think Bradley's really, really good,
me too.
and
Me
hungry,
too.
but it'll depend on what Slot's thinking. Obviously, who's playing on the left for Everton these days?
Dude, is it still Seamus Coleman?
Was it
Bro,
what's
I
his
swear to
name?
God, he's
Neil
still Neil?
McNeil?
Dwight McNeil? Oh, you mean on the wing?
Yeah,
Oh yeah, Dwight McNeil. And then
I'm just thinking about who is going to be facing the right back.
well, I'll tell you what, Connor
Um,
Bradley's gonna pocket whoever it is.
he's gonna put in a
Oh,
shift.
who Everton have is Njai. He's a
Yeah,
really
somebody
good
just
player.
mentioned him.
He's a really good player. Dang it. I swear I thought of it before she put that
It's him. Yeah, it's him.
he's great. We played him was it because we played Everton already this year, right? Or maybe we
No,
played him in the cup or something. I've seen him play against us though. No, I haven't. No, I haven't. I lied. It was just highlights. Um, First game he played for Everton, I was mind blown. I was like, this guy is really talented. So he'll definitely be something we'll have to look at. And Oyvind, this is kind of how I feel. I mean, it's like Pickford and who else? Michael Keane.
6 goals.
Michael Keane and dude.
He was at Marseille and Sheffield United. This dude, Njai, however you pronounce it.
Oh, that's right. He was at Sheffield. Wow, going back
Um,
now. Yo Cool says defense is
Tarkowski. Idrissa Gueye is there. Decore,
Idrissa Gay back for round two.
Branthwaite, Mikolenko, Pickford.
Dwight McNeil's injured. Okay, so that's good to know.
Dude, we should scrape them. We really should.
We should, but dude, it's one of those games, man. Last game against Liverpool at Goodison, like how are you not going to get up for that game? You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Patterson is decent. I agree. So is Braithwaite. But yeah, Tarkowski, bro. Tarkowski, man.
Spare me.
All ears, man. All ears. And oh god. These teams, the Premier League is so weird, dude. It's not like you can't look at a team and be like, "Oh, we're going to scrape this team." Unless it's like, we're playing No, there's no team that I can look at and be like, we are 100% definitively going to win this. I always feel like there's a chance that we drop points. I'm more confident this year, without a doubt, but there's always a chance.
I think there are teams where I can look at and say, oh, we're 100% going to win. But I don't think there are teams that I can look at and say, oh, we're going to win big.
Okay.
I think that's the difference between me and you. When is that?
Everton match?
Yeah, because we play Thursday. So
So it's
hopefully
got to be
that's
Sunday or
Sunday or
Monday.
Monday.
Yeah, it's got to be Sunday or Monday. Let me pull it up. It is
Wednesday, February 12th. Oh, okay.
Wednesday. Okay. Interesting. So you said we
They play
play
Saturday. So they play Saturday. And then Wednesday. We play Thursday, and then we have 6 days. So they're going to have a little bit less rest than we do. They're playing Bournemouth in the FA Cup. And Bournemouth's going to go all out for that one.
Oh, okay. Yeah, no, I'm trying to
So
figure
they're going
out.
to have a battle 4 days before.
They'll be fine. They're not even going to play they're going to play their young guys.
I don't know. I don't know, man. It's the only competition they're in, isn't it?
Dude,
And
I
they're
don't
playing
know.
against Bournemouth, who's pretty good. They're going to put everybody out there.
I can't believe Wolves won.
Who'd they beat?
Villa, dude.
Villa's a
And like you said, Everton waxed Leicester. Southampton beat Ipswich. That's just funny. Fulham over Newcastle. Yeah. Yeah, it's a weird league this year, man. It's like I don't feel like there's any predictable results. And I got into sports betting recently. I got into like looking at the Premier League. I never feel confident placing bets on the Premier League. I just don't know. Like you could do I don't bet on Liverpool unless it's like win the Premier League or win the Champions League. But like game to game I don't. But even if you look at like Arsenal against Southampton, I'm like, I don't know, there's a chance.
No, I know. It's tough. There was a time, I think it was last year, where I would do a parlay each week. Not every week, but 3-leg parlay, City, Arsenal, and Liverpool to win. And it worked out pretty well. I've tried that a few times this year, like Chelsea against like a bottom side,
Mhm.
Arsenal to win, and Liverpool to win. And I'll lose like 2 out of those 3 legs. So I stopped doing that
Me too. That's
because
how it
it's
goes.
just so difficult.
It's so, and the crazy thing is you could do like a 2 or 3 leg parlay on just the money lines, right? And your odds are like plus 500 and you're like, "Holy crap." And
Yeah, and that's
like
what I do.
yeah, it's nuts because it's nothing else is like that. Like there's no certainty in the Premier League. There's no certainty in football in general. I have had some luck, believe it or not, betting on PSG. I bet on PSG against City. I bet on PSG against like Saint Etienne one week, and I actually got pretty lucky, but not in the Premier League. Supreme Architect says, "How much is Kyle lost betting? If you want to know the truth, $6.43. I just looked at it last night. So I bet like 25 cents at a time, guys. Like I'll put 25 cents down to win like 46 cents just for
That's literally ridiculous.
the thrill of it, dude. I don't do it to make money. I do it because it's
46, 25 cents?
yeah.
They let you do that?
Yeah, you can bet as little as 10 cents.
Oh my God.
Yeah, bro, that's how you do it. I do it for fun, not to win. I mean, if I win money, it's cool.
Well, what's the fun, Kyle? Winning 20 cents?
No, the thrill of it. Like I predict
The thrill of
basketball,
what?
the thrill of guessing right and winning money. But I hate losing, right? So I'm not going to bet $5 and lose $5. I'd rather lose 25 cents. 25 cents is nothing. You know what I mean?
$5 is nothing.
Exactly. But I only deposited $25. So it's like I'm just betting a quarter at a time, dude. It's just fun. And the fun part about doing it that way is every day you can put down like 25 bets. You got like 25 parlays going, and it's just fun.
Oh boy. All right.
That's how you do it, bro.
Liverpool football talks giving us some financial advice. Buy high dividend ETFs, get paid monthly and weekly, sometimes 150% yield.
Of course,
Yeah, I
dude.
mean, I do that too, obviously, but
Dude, VYM, VOO, get yourself some SPY in there too, I mean, easy. VYM's the best dividend ETF, by the way, just so you guys know. All right. Peter says the thrill that he might win 25 cents. Hey, man, when I put that parlay down, all right, there's a chance I could win $1.10. So easy. And that's the point. So, Steve, how much do you bet at a time?
usually $10 a bet.
Yeah, see, no, that's just ridiculous money.
I look for odds that are like, let me find a good example here.
By the way,
Plus 100, plus 145.
oh, see, that's the difference between you and me. So I bet the favored results. And
Me
so,
too, but I bet multiple of them. I do a lot of parlays.
same here, right? However, that's the best way to do it because I feel like you have the highest chance to to win, but that's how they make most of their money. These sites is the parlay builders, right? But dude, I'm telling you guys, the best thing to bet on, and I'm very green with this, is basketball because there's so many things like 4 assists, 6 rebounds, 10 point. There's so many little things to bet on. Whereas the worst thing to bet on is like hockey. Hockey, I haven't won a damn thing betting on hockey. It's so
Well,
difficult. In the Premier League, it's just so difficult to do.
I did here's an example of a college football parlay. There were 3 games. One was minus 600, one was minus 850, and one was minus 2 something.
And then you
So
put those
they're
together and
all
your
pretty
odds.
favorited. I just put them together, $10 to win 24.
Right. It's awesome. It's awesome that way. Yeah. And that's, I don't know. I'm not, the most I've bet in one bet was $5. And it's funny. I bet $5 and I won 24. But ever since then, I'm like, I can't do that again because I've bet $2 and I lost it. And I'm like, that's too much to lose. I can't lose it.
Aylor says
Absolutely
these
crazy.
days it's easy. Just step up to the roulette. That's what I do if I'm at the casino. I'm not a big
Roulette?
better, by the way, guys. $10, $5 a week. I know some people that bet quite a bit. It's big here in Massachusetts in the United States.
Oh, it's taking over. It's kind of scary. I never
Yeah.
thought I'd get into it, and now I'm making parlays every day. It's kind of crazy.
For 25 cents.
Hey man, listen, that's smart. In my opinion, that's smart because I'm just doing it for
that's
fun.
smart because there's no thrill. You say you get the thrill.
I do.
The thrill of what though?
The thrill of, one, if I win money, but two, I don't have the stress hanging over me that if I lose a lot. Right? I know you have to bet big to win big, whatever. 25 cents.
Not necessarily.
I'm just doing it for fun, bro.
You can do parlays with $5, solid parlays that are the odds are really in each individual leg are really favorited, so that you put 5 down, you win 8, and you do a couple of those a day. Next thing you know, you're up 20 something bucks.
The funny thing is I can guarantee you less than 25% of the parlays you place hit. And so that's why I only bet a little bit, because this happens the same for me. I could do basic stuff, right? I could do I'm just trying to think, Giannis, for example, right? 4 rebounds, 10 points, 2 assists, right? Guaranteed, right? Guaranteed. But then you don't win anything. So you have to add other things. And next thing you know, you're putting down Damian Lillard to hit a couple threes, and he goes off injured. It's it's very rare that all those legs hit.
I don't love the individual over-unders.
I
like
hate those.
alternate bets. So Jason Tatum, alternate points, more than 20. Jaylen Brown, alternate points, more than 15. Put those together, Celtics to win because they're favored by minus 400. That's a parlay that should hit. Tatum needs 20, Brown needs 15. The Celtics need to beat the worst team in the league.
Well, that's another
you put
thing
10 on that, you win $20.
That's the thing you have to look at though with these is who they're playing, right? Because you go 1-to-1 matchups. Tatum has not been playing well. I know we're completely going off topic here. This is crazy. I've actually, Aylor, I've read that. It's a great book. What was I going to say here? Oh, Doug's been a channel member for 47 months. Shout out to Doug. How's the baby? Steve, how's the baby? Also, that felt like a huge statement win today. What do you guys think the Arsenal City result will be? I think it's going to be a draw, personally. But Steve, go ahead and tackle this one, man.
Baby's great, Doug. Thank you. Thank you for asking, and I hope yours is as well. I think City's going to win. I think they don't have a chance at winning the Premier League. I mean, crazier things have happened. Actually, I don't even know if that's the case. I don't know if a team has come back from the deficit they have to win the league with 15 games left. I don't think so. But I will say, I think based on what happened last time against Arsenal, based on the season that they've had, I think they're hungry, man. And I think Arsenal doesn't have Saka, and that's a big loss for them. I don't think Arsenal's been as great defensively as they were the last couple seasons, or even last year, or earlier this year. And I think they're hungry, man. And plus, like, I don't know, isn't De Bruyne fit?
Dude, I don't even
Like, he
know.
can change a game.
Well, he can, yeah. Poor man.
So
He hasn't been fit in a while.
he's something else though. Let me see, actually.
Is Declan Rice fit for that game?
Um,
Gotta be. I'll look it up. All I'm saying, I think it's going to be a draw. I always look at these games as it's going to be a draw for some reason. Like I think if you're going to bet on it, a draw is probably the most likely. Just because both teams are going into this like, okay, it's a top 6 side, we got to be diligent defensively, but we also have to attack, and everyone kind of plays a cagey game. Every once in a while, you get a really end-to-end game, but even then, usually the goalkeeping is great, and the chances are kind of still cagey. Like people don't want to, they're being too particular with their shots. So, but shout out to Doug.
I'm trying to see the last. You know how they do the last 5 results? Why can't I see that right now?
I'll pull it up for you.
It's just so annoying.
You took for Arsenal or oh, you mean for both of them?
Just in the league, like the little form guide. Here it
Yeah,
is.
no, I got you. I'm looking
All
at it
right,
right
so
now.
neither of them have lost in their last 5, and so City technically are in better form in the league. They have 1 draw, 4 wins. Arsenal have 2 draws, 3 wins. Arsenal are favorited. This game is at the Emirates. I don't know. I feel like City's going to pull something out today, which is what I'm pulling for, Doug. I never root for City, but I'm pulling for them today for a win
I think you're
or a
actually
draw.
right. Based on the recent results, I think you're right. I think City could win this. But
They could.
the
You got to think
drama,
about what happened last time.
I
You got
know.
to think about what happened last time.
Well,
Arsenal probably should have won that. And
yeah.
then Holland throws the ball off Gabriel's head. It's going to be cagey.
Oh, I love it.
I just hope Pep doesn't overthink it like he's done in the past a million times and tries to do some tactical mastermind shit. And but the fact of the matter is, if you look at City's lineup, like there's not as much quality there as there was in years past. Like they're playing Savinho, like these other guys, and I'm like, what are you doing?
But do they have?
Kovacic.
But do they have any chance or any other option? They have.
Probably not.
Well, so that's it's kind of something to look at.
Who do they even have? Can they just buy some guys? Who do they got? I mean, Doku.
Toku. Hey, there you go. Hannah says a City win will be worth it for the Arsenal meltdown. So if you're going to tell me who I'd rather see win, it's obviously City. But, oh, dude, this is just going to be a really cagey match. It's going to be really cagey. There's going to be
If City win, the interviews that they have outside the Emirates on AFTV will
legendary.
be absolutely hilarious.
Those are the funniest.
They'll have a meltdown. You're right.
Oh my god, I can't wait to watch. I watch those not every week, but pretty close to every week. Just oh my god, some of the
It's pure
awesome.
comedy. I think
It's
Robbie's
pure
solid,
comedy.
but the rest of them are absolutely delusional. Robbie's like a neutral. He's the face of it, you know.
Yeah, of course. Didn't
And he's fair. He's relatively neutral. I mean, he's obviously supports Arsenal. He's a little biased, but those other guys are absolutely delusional. I don't know how he found them and how they're still around. They have one other guy who's younger, who's pretty good.
mhm.
I don't remember his name, but he's fair.
Who's
But
the
then you have the
second
other
guy? The one with the beard.
Turkish.
Is it Turkish? The one he worked at Barstool for a minute. Like he did some streams for Barstool.
I don't know, but he is annoying, but he's also very realistic
Yeah.
in his takes. But they have one guy that's I think pretty good.
Troops. That's who I was thinking of. Troops.
Oh yeah, AFC Troops. He might still be with Barstool, but I don't
Yeah,
think he's part of AFTV.
he's not.
I don't think so.
Oh man. Yeah. See, I watched the clips and the rants and stuff like that. But yeah, bro. So we got Everton on Wednesday, and likely a draw, right? I think that's safe. I'm gonna predict a draw. I feel like that's a safe prediction, but if you're not careful, you could lose that game. Am I wrong in saying that?
Uh, I guess. I don't know. I think it's a win. I think it's a 3-1 win.
Spurs, Plymouth, and Everton. Wait, hold on. What am I Oh, I was looking at the dates. Oh, I missed up the date. So Everton is the 12th. I'm an idiot. Okay, so yeah, we have Spurs, Plymouth, Argyle, Legends, and then Everton. I'm looking at 2 wins and a draw for that, Steve. Steve, any closing thoughts, bro?
I want Manchester City to win.
For the
I'm going to
table,
put it out there on the air. This is evergreen content. This will be out forever. I want Manchester City to win today, the 2nd of February, 2025. 2-2-25. Manchester City, I am pulling for you. And this may be one of the only times in my life that I will.
I mean, I guess I'm pulling for City too, but I think it's going to be a draw. I think
But
it's
that's
going to
fine
be
as well. Let them both drop points. But for us, it's better if City win. It's a larger
100%.
gap at the top.
100%.
And that's really all that matters. You have to think about what is best for us, and it's a City win.
One request I have for the Arsenal City match is, can someone hit someone? Right? Can we get a scrap? Not just like you guys look like you're about to make out, but like, can we get a scrap? Like pushing and then someone flops and, like some drama, and then interviews after the game. And I would love some drama. That would be very good. Mess up both locker rooms a little bit. We'll just sit back and enjoy the view. That's what we need.
Guarantee you see Pep get into it with somebody. Guaranteed. Holland get into it with somebody. And Bernardo Silva.
Dude,
if he's fit. I don't know if he is.
He might be my least favorite athlete ever. Bernardo Silva. I think
he's in the conversation.
He's just an awful, awful person, dude. Can't stand him. Did I already ask you closing thoughts?
You did.
I did. Well, shoot.
What are yours? You got any closing thoughts?
Dude, I think I just want to see a scrap with this matchup. I really do.
You gonna watch it?
What time's it on?
11:30, I think, Eastern.
I'll be at an engagement party, unfortunately. I might have it up on my phone.
Too early for an engagement party.
Well, it's an engagement brunch or something, so kind of casual. And they have kids and stuff, so it's kind of, they want to do it early. So I like it. But
get it out of the way.
Get it out of the way. I'll probably have it on my phone just to watch the matchup. But guys, thank you everyone for tuning in. As always, thank you to all of our channel members. Shout out to Liverpool Football Talk for tuning in. And guys, looking forward to chatting next week. Until then, Reds, take care.